Put two fingers up at someone in Britain and you better be sure which way round they are. Like this is deeply offensive. Like this, it's just the famous victory sign. Similar gesture, completely opposite meaning. And that's just the beginning. Today, we're looking at British gestures and body language, the ones that mean something very specific in the UK, the ones that vary wildly from country to country, and the ones that can cause genuine offence if you get them wrong. Because successful communication isn't just about the words. There's a dictation at the end, so have a pen and paper ready so that you can test your English and practice your listening. Grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get into it. And if you find this useful, hit subscribe. There's a new episode every Thursday. Let's go. Today, we are going to look at quite an interesting subject, and it is British gestures. British gestures and body language. So little non-verbal cues that help us to express ourselves. Now, a lot of people say that British people don't use their hands when they talk. You know, we just still go, hello, yes, very nice, yes, yes, wonderful day, yes, which is true up to a certain point. So anyway, you probably know that gestures mean different things in different countries. So today we're going to be concentrating on what British people can say with their hands or their face rather than just speaking. How's that? Should be interesting. So what I'll do is I'll mime some of them and you can tell me what you think they mean. How about that? So we can turn it into a kind of game. So let's start with this one, okay? You ready? What does that mean? Well, actually, if you do this, it usually means I'm not telling you. It's a secret. That's classified. So the link to secrecy, yeah, comes from expressions like don't be nosy. So if somebody is nosy, it means they want to know other people's business. Don't be nosy, you know. Or stop poking your nose in. This is another thing that we say to people. Stop poking your nose in, meaning stop getting involved in other people's business. Okay. So you might say, for example, John, how much do you weigh? And I'll say, never you mind. That is on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Okay? So tapping your nose, the need to know gesture. It's a secret. Got it? Yeah, excellent. Mind your own business. Okay, here's another one. I think I'm going to get a promotion at work. Now, you didn't see that, did you? Well, I've got to make sure that... first of all, I'm not in my underpants, am I? No, good. All right, good. So, look, oh, God, I'm going to drop the computer. I'm going to win. Hopefully, I'll get a promotion at work. Yeah, that was quite risky. Well, we actually do say touch wood in English. So with your knuckles like this, you touch on something made of wood 3 times to ward off bad luck after tempting fate. Okay, so I should pass the exam, touch wood. Okay, it's like superstition, but we don't really think about it as a superstition. Some people, as a joke, they go touch wood, you know, as if their head
was made out of wood. Okay. So yeah, it's like if everything goes well, if I'm lucky, touch wood, touch wood. So again, you could say, um, oh, are you going to take that girl out that you met? And I'll be like, yeah, touch wood, if I'm lucky. No, it's an example. It's an example. Not taking any girls out. So, yeah, I don't know if you have a similar thing in your language. Probably do. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next one is, so you raise both your hands near your head and you bend your index and middle fingers down several times. So if you do this, then what is it supposed to mean? What are they supposed to imitate? Oh, no way, man. This is just crazy. What's going on? Quote, unquote. Yeah. So these are supposed to be inverted commas. Okay. So it means like kind of, sort of, but probably not really. It's kind of a bit ironic or sarcastic. For example, you could say, oh, you know, Luigi, he's a genius at languages, meaning that he's not. Where's another one? Ah, this is a good one. Look, watch this. Look. So here you have to bend your fingers towards you and blow on your fingernails and make that noise. Okay, suggesting that you're polishing them. What does this mean? Yeah, basically, it's a way to show that you're proud of yourself or you're pleased with yourself. I did a great job. Because I mean, it can seem a bit smug. I'll put that in the chat as well. Smug. Smug means when you're overly pleased with yourself. That's me being smug. But yeah, we often use it. Someone might say something, and I say, "Oh, that's a lovely apple pie that you made," and I'll go, "Okay." And a similar one to that is the pat on the back. So normally you'd pat another person on the back. Well done, if they've done something well. But you can also give yourself a pat on the back. So reach over your shoulder and give yourself a few pats. Okay. Do you do this in your country? Yeah. Oh, I think I did very well there. Yeah. We might even say to somebody, give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah. What else have we got? Okay, come here and go away. Now, I've seen all sorts around the world. In Britain, we normally go, come here. Come here and go away. So come here is this way and go away is this way. Now, in Italy, I've seen people going, like, come here. But that is just the wrong way. It should be like that. In Britain, it's like that. Come on. In Italy, I've seen, come on. I'm like, what? Are you telling me to come or go? I'm a bit confused. What should I do? Now, we can also do this. But if you do this, it gives the idea that somebody's in trouble. Come here. I want to speak to you. Come here. Come on. Okay. And the final one, which I'm going to show you today, is What do you think that means? Uh, any ideas? So we have an expression in English that we say, it went over my head. And if something goes over your head, it means you don't understand it, or it's too difficult for you to understand, or too clever for you to understand. So when you say, it means it was too difficult for me to understand. Now, this is often aimed at other people, for example, to show that the person who you're speaking to just missed a joke, okay? And they took what you said seriously. But it can be quite patronizing, so you should use it with care. So I might say something, I might say, oh yeah, I won the lottery yesterday. And someone will say, did you? And I'll go, you missed the joke. That was a really bad joke in all fairness. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be talking about, or I've finished talking about it now, to be honest. So we're going to get on with the dictation. So you need a pen and paper, and I'm going to dictate a short 100-word text on the importance of body language in the UK. Okay, so 100 words. Get your pen and paper ready. If you've never done this before, I can't believe it, but I will read a short text to you. You should listen and you should write exactly what I say on a piece of paper. Now, if you're driving at the moment, don't do it. Okay, it's not a very good idea to drive and do a dictation. But if you're at home and you can, grab a piece of paper and a pen. We're going to start in about 10 seconds. And I'll read everything twice and give you a chance to listen a couple of times. Okay, let's get going. Ready? When communicating in the UK, when communicating in the UK, okay, Maria is driving. Maria, don't take part. Unless you're on the M25, in which case probably you're not moving. But anyway, comma, it's crucial to remember that gestures don't always translate across cultures. Don't always translate across cultures. Full stop. What's friendly or neutral in your country What's friendly or neutral in your country might be confusing, comma, awkward. Might be confusing, comma, awkward. Or exaggerated. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Or even offensive here. Or even offensive here. Full stop. For example, comma, excessive touching For example, comma, excessive touching, comma, intense eye contact, intense eye contact, or exaggerated hand movements, can make Brits feel uncomfortable. Can make Brits feel uncomfortable. Full stop, new paragraph. Many British gestures comma, such as tapping the nose, or knocking on wood, comma, carry specific meanings. Carry specific meanings that may not be obvious to outsiders. That may not be obvious to outsiders. Full stop. It's wise not to assume your body language will be understood. Will be understood. Full stop. Instead, comma, take time to observe. Instead, comma, take time to observe. Ask or adapt. Ask or adapt. Dash. Because successful communication often depends. Because successful communication often depends. As much on gestures as on words. As much on gestures as on words. Full stop. End of dictation. Okay, so we'll read it again and fill in any missing words. When communicating in the UK, it's crucial to remember that gestures don't always translate across cultures. What's friendly or neutral in your country might be confusing, awkward, or even offensive here. For example, excessive touching, intense eye contact, or exaggerated hand movements can make Brits feel uncomfortable. Many British gestures, such as tapping the nose or knocking on wood, carry specific meanings that may not be obvious to outsiders. It's wise not to assume your body language will be understood. Instead, take time to observe, ask or adapt, because successful communication often depends as much on gestures as on words. John, show me. Okay, there you go. When communicating in the UK, it's crucial to remember that gestures don't always translate across cultures. What's friendly or neutral in your country might be confusing, awkward. So awkward here means embarrassing. Awkward or even offensive here. For example, excessive touching, intense eye contact, or exaggerated hand movements can make Brits feel uncomfortable. Many British gestures, such as tapping the nose or knocking on wood, carry specific meanings that may not be obvious to outsiders. It's wise not to assume your body language will be understood. Instead, take time to observe, ask or adapt, because successful communication often depends as much on gestures as on words. How did you do? Any problems? Or are you getting so good now that you don't make any mistakes? Practice makes perfect. Yes, it does. Okay. Well, that concludes another dictation. So hopefully you've seen that understanding gestures can be a powerful way to become more fluent, not just in English, but in British culture. So it can help you to avoid awkward moments. It can help to build trust and to connect more naturally to the people in the UK. So next time you see someone tapping their nose or polishing their nails, then you'll know what's happening, won't you? So thanks for joining me. And if you've ever misunderstood a gesture in the UK, I'd love to hear about it. Have a wonderful end of the week. And thank you for joining me. Take care and goodbye.